A Philadelphia man says he was convicted of a crime he didn't commit, stealing a baby Jesus statue from a nativity scene at the National Shrine of St. John Newman. And tonight he's sharing his side of the story, and he explained it all to you, Steve. Let us in. What did he have to say?
Well, there are 227 days left till Christmas, and the director here of the National Shrine at 5th and Girard here in Northern Liberties told me today he still holds out hope that the stolen statuette of baby Jesus will be back in the nativity scene here by then. Philadelphia police and prosecutors were hoping to make that happen beforehand with an offer to the man they say stole it. But that man, Raymond Wilson, told me he's never even been here, despite the striking similarities he has to the thief on surveillance.
I have no need for a baby Jesus, to steal baby Jesus. You know what I mean? I grew up in a church, and especially next to a dead saint there, John Newman.
Raymond Wilson says he had no idea why Philadelphia police came to his house and arrested him in late January.
Police came here. I was outside working on my car, and they said, we want to talk to you, and then they put handcuffs on me and took me to the police station.
The 56-year-old was charged with stealing the baby Jesus statuette right out of the nativity scene here inside the Shrine of St. John Newman at 5th Street and Girard Avenue days after Christmas. Fox 29 News reported on the theft in January with the surveillance photos taken from video of the suspected thief. Raymond Wilson says this is not him, despite the resemblance, even he admits, with his Philadelphia police booking photo.
I was like, wow, it looks like me at first glance, but it's not me. I never heard about it, never knew about it, nothing.
So, if you didn't do this and you never heard about that this happened, even though it was in the news, what went through your mind when they told you you were being arrested and charged with stealing a baby Jesus statue?
I thought they would look at the photographs of the theft and let me go and whatever, but no, they didn't let me go. They tried me and convicted me.
So even Raymond admits he looks a lot like the man on the surveillance, but says when the video was played in his trial, it showed a man with a distinctive, way different walk. The judge was not swayed and convicted him last week of intentional desecration of a public monument, theft, receiving stolen property, and institutional vandalism.
It's clearly not me on the videos, and the judge just said it, kept saying it's me. And then when the trial was over, he said maybe he sold it for a bag of crack. And then he said, son, what did you get, a bag of crack for that baby Jesus? And I stood up, and then my lawyers just like, sit down, don't say nothing.
Because of prior theft convictions, Raymond could be looking at lengthy prison time.
At first, they offered me a deal to plead guilty. They would give me 16 hours community service and return a baby Jesus statue, but I don't have the baby Jesus statue to return. I don't know nothing about it. And then my lawyer says, the judge, it's up to the judge. My guidelines are like 2.5 years to 5 years.
So they offered you no jail time, just some community service and returning the baby Jesus statue?
Correct, yes. I don't have it to return. I don't know, never took it. So I wasn't going to plead guilty to something I didn't do.
Well, sadly, Raymond is already facing another theft charge. He was picked up for stealing scrap metal that he says he found on the side of the street and stole for $26 to the scrap metal dealer, who then ratted him out to the police and said that's the guy that brought this scrap metal in that police and prosecutors claim was stolen. So he's due in court tomorrow in that case. Sheba, Chris, Raymond, and the director at the National Shrine both obviously would like whoever has that baby Jesus to return it. The Shrine would get it back, and Raymond would be guaranteed a little bit more freedom than he's looking at if it's not returned anytime soon.
Well, whoever did it looks a lot like that guy.
Yeah.
What a predicament here, Steve. I don't know how you're telling this story with a straight face. So hats off to you with that. Do you know if he ever had an alibi?
Well, he says he was at the casino, which coincidentally is right down Girard Avenue. The problem is, the time of the theft, nobody was sure of. That the video does not show the actual statuette being taken. They just show a man that looks strikingly similar to Raymond in the shrine before the statue's missing and then after the statue is gone. So that's why they figured that was the guy on surveillance that took it. The problem is, he says he's in the casino and says he's never been here. The police and prosecutors disagree, and then a judge agreed with them.
Yeah, he has
and convicted him.
Yeah, he's been convicted. All right, Steve, stay on top of this for us, right? We want to see every update along the way here. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.